Shalom, brothers and sisters. So this is fun. A parting gift to Xi. Western allies are furious at Macron as he calls for everyone to stay out of the Taiwan crisis. Both the content and timing of French President Emmanuel Macron's statements to the press coming off of his China trip, where he urged Europe to step aside from the US-China quarrels over Taiwan, is driving anger amongst Western officials. As highlighted, the statements were widely seen as China-friendly, causing fury in Washington. Macron, articulating a concept of strategic autonomy for Europe, was enthusiastically endorsed by Xi and the CCP, who have been focusing on the notion that the West is in decline while China rises, and that weakening the transatlantic relationship will accelerate this trend. The paradox would be that, overcome with panic, we believe we are America's followers, said Macron. The question Europeans need to answer: is it in our interest to accelerate a crisis in Taiwan? No. The worst thing would be to think that we Europeans must become followers on this topic and take our cue from the US agenda and Chinese overreaction. Some pundits were quick to call Macron's remarks spineless and naive, while others pointed out that what was articulated has always been fundamentally what French stand on as their position. Macron presents his 3-day visit to China as part of a long game in which Europe, if it wishes to retain prosperity and independence, must assert its strategic and economic independence from both China and the US. He claims that he has won the ideological battle for this idea, European strategic autonomy, which was mocked when he first floated it 6 years ago. He says that Europe will always have many values in common with the US, but cannot rely on Washington to preserve Europe's interests. The top US priority is the US. The number 2 US priority is China. If EU countries follow the US on these things, they will become vassals, Macron said. We don't want to be drawn into a bloc versus bloc logic. We must de-risk our model by not depending on others while preserving, where possible, a considerable unity in our values. While in China, Macron also called for a new world default currency. So our little candidate for Antichrist there is really on point with quite a few things. The new world currency, distancing himself from America, and working on that union in Europe of multiple nations coming together as the revived Roman Empire, looking after their interests and their future. And by all means, America should be focused on America first, and then her issues and her enemies, not spread all over the world, being involved in everyone else's rubbish. And this is one of the main reasons why America is at a weak point, while it tears itself apart and there isn't funds for those who need it, or funds to defend herself. Not that she doesn't have amazing weapons and abilities, but will it work at this time when all the enemies are prepped, ready to roll, and moving forward at ridiculous speeds? So, eyes on Macron as he keeps advancing the agenda of the coming beast system, which is ready to ride. But we are not looking for Antichrist. We are not stressed about the beast system and their future. We are getting ready to go. The righteous, the saints, vanish from the earth. It's in the Bible. God bless you. Shalom.